Okay. I'm just gonna hang out for a little bit. So fucking go. Pencil baby, use some musky. Yours, and don't forget to stuff me my little baby tail for your poetry. Hey, I got a little itch. You think you can help me? Okay. So, it's around 7-ish right now, 7 o'clock. And I'm going to stream until it's time for me to go to bed and get up in the morning. Um, so I'm calling this hurricane prep. Unfortunately, I don't really have enough money to prep for the upcoming hurricane. Fuck, that's hot. Um, so I don't have a whole lot of money to be preparing for what's coming, Hurricane Ian. And I think I live in Jacksonville, so I think I'm pretty well like right in the the path. It'd help if I spelled it right. Hurricane Ian tracker. So let's see. So it's strengthened to a category 2. Um, I just want to see, like, here we go. Live view of it. Beyond Van Gogh. Oh, so this is at one of the museums here in Jacksonville right now, and I would love to go to it, but it's like $50 a ticket or something like that. Yeah, see, it said Jacksonville. So I don't know. All right, so looking at this, it's a category 2 coming through the Cayman Islands. It's hitting Havana, well, Cuba right now. Damn, Key West is already getting hit. So it looks like it's gonna be. I'm gonna be feeling it Thursday morning. So Wednesday evening, and Thursday morning I'll be feeling what's going on with this, because you can see the bands in the north in the wall. So wherever I guess it's gonna try and come. Let's look at um, the track on it. Hurricane Ian projections. Let's see if we can view the map. Okay. So, yeah. So it's going to be anywhere in this cone. From my experience with hurricanes and whatnot, they pretty well stay straight up the center line here. Um, they vary a little bit. Of course, that's my layman brain looking at it and seeing like this is what's going on. Um, so let me want to look something up real quick. Oh, just heard a horn. Um, All right. So let's look at this some more. We've got the projected path. So I've lived in Florida since I was like 9. So this is not my first hurricane. Um, Not the first time I've had to go through this. However, this is the least I've ever been prepared for a hurricane. Um, because I have no money right now. Like literally, my bank account is negative $90. So I have like $0. Um, like let me just look at it again, because I have like negative $90 in my account. It's just flat fucking zero. Okay, yeah. So my checking account says zero, and when I click on it, it says negative $86.16 because it was overdrafted 3 times, 2 times, and their overdraft courtesy pay fee is like $32 for each occurrence. So 2 overdrafts is $64 on top of what they paid, rather than just like stop payment on something and be like, hey, there's no money here, we're not paying it. It's just like they courtesy pay or whatever. So that's some horse shit. So I wonder if there's a way I can turn that off, so that if I have no money in the account, it just doesn't go through. I wonder if there's a way to do that. Anyway, I will say I have plenty of supplies. I just made some chicken Alfredo. I made enough for 3 meals. So I have those. So I have at least something to eat tomorrow. I have about 10 pounds of rice. So I'll cook rice tomorrow evening when I get home. So I at least have that ready to go. Because I can eat rice cold, but I can't eat rice raw. You know? So yeah. Why did my... Feels like my music stopped. Why did my music stop? Oh, it's because the thing is down. No, I don't want that either. I want this. Okay. Alright. There. Should I play my pumped playlist? Like my playlist to get me pumped? Or should I stick with my, Preston, you can go fuck yourself. I'm gonna play my folk music. Oh, I thought I still had that GIF. I guess I don't. Oh, there it is. So a friend of mine just sent me something, so I sent him a gift that's this the 20th Century Fox logo coming down and says "Go fuck yourself." So I hope you like that, bud. Hope you like it. That's what you get. That's what you deserve. All right, so back to this Hurricane Ian thing. I'm what? So okay, so I've lived in Florida for like well over the majority of my life. My mom relocated me here when I was 9, when she divorced my bio dad, and so I lived here, more specifically here in this area. Let's pull up the map here. This area here, which is well within the cone. So this is where I grew up. Here's a place that I used to work. Here's a place that I used to work. And here, where's it at? Where are we at? Over here. This was the last place I worked in this town. This here. This is Taylor Correctional Institution. And since I'm here, I might as well talk some shit. Because I doubt anybody from TCI is going to be watching this, whether I upload it on YouTube or not. So here's the deal, right? I started working here because I was working in Live Oak. I got diagnosed with diabetes, and decided I didn't want to die, number one, and all the medical bills and whatnot cost too much money, like way too freaking much money, it's too much freaking money. So I had to pay that or I'd die. And one thing leads to another, and like I'm not getting ahead. My payments fell behind on certain things, and I was just like, I was literally dying, even though I was trying to save my own life. So I applied to work out here. Got a buddy of mine works out there, right? He started working out here the same time I started working in Live Oak. Like, we were a month or two away from each other. Like, we actually applied to work here at the same time almost. And it didn't happen because I chose to go do something I wanted to do instead of something I had to do. Now, all things aside, my buddy still works out here. Maybe I'll bring him back on the stream at some point, and we'll chat about our time out here. I'd really like to do like a podcast thing, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, Bub, if you're watching this and you want to join in, let me know. We'll make it happen. Anyway, about the time I start working out here, he's been out there long enough to be promoted to sergeant. He gets promoted. Things are rolling great for him. I'm a nobody to these people that work out here and have to prove myself, and that's not uncommon for anyone coming into the world of DOC. You have to prove yourself. I feel like that's pretty standard for law enforcement in general. You kind of have to prove yourself. And what do I mean by prove myself? Like, that I wasn't going to get run over by the inmates, that, like, they weren't going to run me. I was going to run them. Like, I'm the one in charge, and they need to do what I tell them to do. So when I started right here, this dorm, okay? This is, so Taylor Correctional, okay, we've got the work camp, and we've got the main unit. So this was the first unit that was established, built, and manned. We got the annex, okay? I want to say they built 1, 2, and then 3, the work camp over here. Let's see, the work camp shut down probably about a year or so before I started, and then the work camp guys moved over here to the annex. The annex shut down during the last year that I was a correctional officer. And during the last 6 or 7 months, I worked. I started on this compound, went to this compound, and then went back to this compound. And I worked between night and day shift. Depending on the point in time I was on night shift. I started on night shift, went to day shift when I went to school, the correctional academy, got injured, was out on workers' comp, got released for light duty, came back, and I was on day shift. The same day shift as my buddy who had just recently been promoted to sergeant, right? So I got to work the same shift as him for a little while, and that was great. Um, that was fun. Enjoyed most of that time. That little stretch of time for about 3 months, 2 months that I was on day shift, that particular time was good. Okay? That was about the only time that I was good with this. Aside from that, hated this, man. I hated it. Hated nearly every second except for those few months that I was on day shift and that I was at the correctional academy. So, what made it so bad? Well, what made it so bad were my coworkers, the people that I was working with. The inmates were fine. The inmates didn't bother me. They did when I first started. Or when I came back from class and I went into a dorm and they'd want to bother me or whatever, and I just wouldn't let them. Tell them to, fuck right off. Which is bad because they're humans, right? And they tell you in training, this is the training building over here. They're like, their punishment is being here, is being in prison. You're not there to punish them. Their punishment is being in prison. Which, yeah, their punishment is being in prison. There's a reason they're in prison. They don't listen, you know. That being said, I don't know if this is true. This is just something that, like, I noticed during my time with DOC, and that is that the inmates who were in for, like, they got caught up on a murder charge, whether they actually did it or not, like, I'm not judge or jury. I'm not there to determine if they were guilty or not. All I know is that the ones that were in, that I knew were in for a murder charge, the majority of the time were super chill. Like, they did their job, they went to work. They knew they weren't going to work outside the gate. Like, they weren't going to work, out here on the roads picking up trash or anything. But they could work up here, what they call Compound 1. So we got Compound 1, Compound 2, Compound 3, right? So Compound 1 houses their medical classification offices. This is the laundry facility. All the laundry gets done here and accounted for here. This is the chapel. This is the visiting park, VP. So this is where visitation happens. There's a nice little area in here. It's used for staff meetings, and on the weekends is used for visitation. And they can also open it up where the inmates and their families can come out here, as long as there's enough officers. They can open that up. Over here is the vocational classrooms, things like that. This is the education, so these are all classrooms back here, along with some offices right here, and this is the library and the law library. So this is where inmates like to congregate if they can, because they get to watch movies, DVDs and things that they wouldn't normally get to see. And the law library, they have access to computers, type up legal documents. They don't have access to the internet. They do not get access to the internet, but they do have access to Word, things like that, and they can receive that stuff that way. This is the infirmary area here. This houses self-harm observation cells, as well as mental health. There's like 3 to 5 one single person cell in there. When they go in there, they get they don't have a bed. They just have a mat on the floor, a tear-resistant mat. They get a tear-resistant green smock, and that's also where the nurses are. There is an officer that's stationed there You know, just because they are inmates. There's also a emergency room. It's literally just a room with a bunch of gauze and sutures. Um, there's some oxygen and defibrillators and those kinds of things there too. Um, but yeah, if an inmate is injured severely enough to be in this ER, they've already got either a chopper on the way to airlift them or ambulances coming to take them. Aside from that, let's see this backside. This is also the infirmary. So they have like 10 or 15 beds here for chronically ill inmates who, you know, like they can't be released back into open population because, you know, they have a medical condition. They have to be watched regularly, and you know, like every couple of hours they have to get some sort of medication or something from the nurses and doctors and whatnot. So they have to be under near constant medical supervision. So there's an infirmary right here. Then moving down, they've got classification offices. I never really spent a whole lot of time back here in classification. Over here we got dentists, the dentist's offices, and just a little lobby and waiting area in the front. And then over here, this is where inmates can get their daily medications that they're not allowed to keep on their person. They come up here twice a day and get their medications. Over here is the dining facility, dining hall, chow hall. So this is the kitchen. This is a secondary dining facility, and then this is the main dining hall. It's split in two. You got a north side and a south side. Inmates come along this way, go in the back door here, come along, go through, get their tray, come in, sit. Okay. And then over here is the warehouse, motor pool, those sorts of things. And so this is the main unit layout, and then this is the annex. The annex has all the same things, slightly different layout, but all the same things, minus the laundry, right? And as it happens, I've worked nearly every position on this compound. I've been in the control room, assisting a little bit. I was an entry and exit officer assigned for part of a shift. So I was checking people in and out, you know, searching their bags, doing pat searches, things like that. I worked VP, hated VP. VP was the worst. However, I'd take working VP over working fucking hotel dorm. I supervised the chapel for a little bit. Most of the time, there's not an officer in the chapel because it's the chapel. Like, most inmates respect the chapel. They're not going to do anything over there. They might do some sketchy stuff. They might trade drugs or something, but they're not going to do anything violent, especially not to the chaplains. The chaplains are who they go to when they have issues, right? So they don't fuck with the chaplain. I never really worked in laundry because laundry was a Monday through Friday gig, and they always had an officer and sergeant there to cover. I did work education one day. I did work infirmary. I worked medical classification officer for about a day or two. I worked this is center gate. Inmates line up, come this way, and you check them. You know, you have them line up and step forward. Who are you? All right, cool. Go on. Who are you? All right, cool. Go on. You know, you search inmates and everything, that kind of thing. And then this is Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot, Golf, Hotel dorms, right? These little pavilions are just little pavilions. This is the canteen on one side, the commissary, and the barbershop. So you can see here, looks like this is when they were stocking the canteen. So you got the canteen commissary here, and then on this back side is the barbershop. And they got like 2 or 3 barber chairs in there, 2 or 3 barber chairs over here. This is the captain's office, OSC's office. So this is where all the sergeants and captains and lieutenants just kind of hang out when there's not anything really going on. And then you've got Alpha Dorm, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo. These are what they call open bay dorms. The dorms are essentially a large room with bunks on these wings here, and the wings are divided by a giant brick wall. And there's a little bit of a day room here, day room here, day room, just an area for inmates to congregate and hang out and, you know, play games, talk to each other, watch TV. They have a kiosk that they can get on, a JPay kiosk that they can get on and send messages. It's the only internet access they get, but it's not like the World Wide Web. It's like very stringent, 100% monitored. All messages going to and from inmates are read by about 40 different people before the inmate even sees it. So it can be approved or denied. It can be retroactively denied. So it could be sent to the approved to go to the inmate. Inmate gets it, reads it. Somebody from security comes along, officer or sergeant who has access to read these things, reads it and goes, "Oh, you're not allowed to have that." Boom, and can take it away. So the inmate would lose it at that point. They have tablets, these little tablets that they sync through those kiosks and everything. So that's how they have their music, movies, communication, things like that. And the stuff is not cheap. Like, you go on Apple or whatever, Apple TV or whatever, or Amazon, you want to watch something, it costs you like, I don't know, $3 to rent it for a month. Well, it costs them $3 to rent it for 24 hours. Right? And like, they have 24 hours to watch it. Like, they don't have, you know, they don't get it like, okay, I'm going to rent this, I download it, okay, I'll watch this on the weekend, it's Monday, I'll watch it on the weekend when I have time. No. They download it, they literally have 24 hours to watch it, or it's gone and they have to pay for it again. So that's a racket. That is definitely a racket I don't agree with. Again, they're in prison, that's their punishment. They shouldn't have to pay so much just to be, you know, entertained by themselves. It's ridiculous. All right, so that's the open bay dorms. There's let's see, this one housed about 200 inmates. This one housed about 160 inmates. This one housed 200. This one housed 200. This one housed about 160, 150. Each one of these houses 200 inmates. There's 4 wings. Each wing holds anywhere from 52 to 54 inmates. Some of these have doubles. Some of them are singles. Majority of them are doubles, though. The difference between these and these, like, these are what are called secured housing. You can see that there's these cages back here. These are recreation cages. At one point, this dorm was a CM, close management. So they were behind the door 24/7. They came out for X number of hours per week. I think it was maybe 5 hours a week or something like that for exercise when it comes to CM. So that they can get outside and move around. And then, you know, that. So this is now an open population. It's still secured. They get locked down at night around 10 o'clock most nights. Sergeant and officer will go around. Time for bed. You know, go to your cells. They all go to their cells. They close the doors, and the doors lock automatically. And then an officer or sergeant goes around and secures the doors, make sure that they're closed and locked. And then they stay that way until about 6 a.m. So a good solid 8 hours they stay locked. every night, unless there's a lockdown, in which case it's the middle of the day and they go in there. They try to avoid doing that because these places don't have air conditioning. None of these units have air conditioning. They just have giant fans in the ceiling that are supposed to suck up all the heat. Does it work? It's debatable. So anyway, I mean, just like being in prison is not fun as an inmate, and it's not fun really as a correctional officer. This was the dorm that I worked probably the last 6 months that I was an officer. I worked pretty much only this dorm. Occasionally, I was put in this one. This one was the confinement unit, so I would just have a wing or so to manage, make sure everything was clean and whatnot. But yeah, it wasn't fun for me. This really wasn't fun. There were some days where I was like, oh, it's not so bad. I could probably do this. And then there are days where I'm just like, no, I'm not doing this. You know, I felt like, and the major thing about it was that my leadership didn't talk to me. They didn't tell me anything about, you know, what I was doing to piss them off or upset them or anything, and, you know, what I could do to get back in their good graces. They're just like, you're gonna sit there in H dorm and that's it. Like, you're gonna sit there in H dorm. I don't want to fucking hear it. You know, and that was their mentality. And I'm like, you know, I'm not about that. I'm not about that. You know, I'm capable of doing more than that. I'm capable of, you know, I was capable of doing their job. But, I never got the chance to do anything outside of sitting a dorm. Never really got the chance. I was sort of like a relief officer for confinement, but I rarely went into confinement. So, you know, and I tried to do what my job entailed as a correctional officer. You know, my job was to provide for the inmates, you know, paperwork that they needed and items that they needed, personal hygiene items, toilet paper, toothbrush, toothpaste, and soap. Did they always get it from me? No. But was I, you know, like, you know, did I give it to them? Yeah. Did, you know, I, like, rule my dorm with an iron fist? No. I made it known what was to be done to, you know, satisfy what I wanted done each day as far as cleanliness, attitudes, what I expected, those things. And then, you know, if they didn't do it, they got hell. And if they did do it, then I left them alone. And it's kind of like a you leave me alone, I leave you alone kind of thing. So, yeah. It just... And the days just got too freaking predictable, man. They just got too freaking predictable. It was just... It wasn't... I didn't like it, man. I didn't. There wasn't anything that I liked, really. It wasn't fun for me. It just wasn't. I did make some friends, though. Most of them I don't speak to anymore. Friends. I made a lot of friends in places that I used to work, so, but whatever. Anyway. What was I talking about? We were talking about the hurricane, right? So let's get back to that. Wow. I had to zoom out so much. All right, so that was where I used to work. I'll talk more about that some other time. I also used to work here, the airport, and this is where we went to school. Elementary school, middle school, high school, right? They're all within each other. This is a primary school, so you had primary school, elementary school. So like K to this is the pre-K school. So you had pre-K, K to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 8, and 9 to 12, high school, right? Look at this. I don't know who designed this, but why would you make this way? Like, it looks like penises. Like, those look like gigantic fucking testicles to me. Anywho, Dorset Stadium football. This is where graduation was. Anyway, so the projected path of this thing has it coming. So this is coming through Clearwater, Tampa, right up through Gainesville. So hopefully it kicks a little bit more west, because I don't want it to hit me, but also if it comes this way, like, this place is gone. The last major hurricane that came through, this is still the pictures from that last hurricane that came through. You see this whole pier got wiped out. It ended up, pieces were floating over here, like way back over here. They had to completely rebuild the thing. And funny enough, the last hurricane that came through and hit this place, so the majority of the damage was caused by flooding. Okay, just put that out there. The county had just paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to have sand trucked in for this beach, and as you can see here, right, all the sand got washed all the way down. Like, all the sand just got taken away. It just got flushed all the way out. That's hilarious to me, because they fired me, so fuck them. I wish it cost them more to repair. Anyway, so, God, I am bitter. I'm so bitter. Ugh. Yeah, so, hopefully this hurricane isn't too bad. Let's go back to this live tracker thing. Looks like it's gonna make landfall in Tampa as a... Yo, is that saying it's going from a 4 to a 1? There's no way it's gonna go from a 4 to a 1 while it's building up steam in the Gulf. Let's see what this dude has to say about it. See what a professional has to say about it.
Hey, Joe. Great tie.
To you, 11 meteorologist Pat Catlin coming to you from Houston, Texas, with a look at your tropical update for Hurricane Ian for Monday, September 26th, 2022. As of the 10 a.m. Central Time update, we're talking about an 80-mile-per-hour.
Okay, so this is 10 a.m. So this is, what, 9 hours ago or so?
Category 1 hurricane. A big difference from where we were this weekend. If you've been following along the last few days,
right.
the storm...
let's find something more recent. This is 3 hours old, so...
Good Monday afternoon, everybody. I'm meteorologist Jim Handy. This is your tropical update.
This is 2 hours. 2 hours, that's enough. Shouldn't be much difference between this and anything an hour ago. Hold on, so So it's looking like it's gonna make landfall in Tampa as a Category 2. Okay. Sure. Cat 2. Alright. That's not too bad. It's not too bad. It's mostly just gonna be a lot of rain. Um, the winds will blow some debris. But what's gonna end up happening is the rains are gonna soften a lot of things. So that'll cause down trees, trees that are next to power lines. I mean, those things are coming down. Um, anyway, so the rain's gonna weaken things. Things are gonna fall, and then that's when the wind's gonna pick it up. But mostly, it's gonna be that storm surge, flooding from the rain, especially in Florida. I think there's very little places in Florida that aren't near a river or a large body of water that don't experience flooding. So, all right, let's see.
And these are the latest forecast models for the projected path of the storm. The weather.
So these are the projected models. So we can see right here, I guess around tomorrow, they kind of diverge, kind of go all over the place. So. Yeah, and if I remember right, these track the eye of the storm, not the whole storm together. So, like, if it comes up this red line, this is where the eye of the storm is gonna go. And if it comes up if it comes this way, it's not gonna hurt me too much. If it comes this way, it's gonna be like almost right over top of me for about 12 to 24 hours, give or take. If it comes up here, I mean, it's not gonna even touch me really. I'll get some wind and rain, but that's it.
Will break them down for you.
And here's a live look at the size of Hurricane Ian. It is massive.
Jesus.
The 5 p.m. advisory. This is coming in right now from the National.
Bro, look at that. Okay, so we know that from here to here is 90 miles, right? From here to here, Key West to Havana, 90 miles. That is 90 miles. This is 90 fucking miles, man. This thing is gigantic. So that's 90 miles. That's a lot, man. It's hitting 3 countries right now. Literally, it's hitting 3 countries right now. It's hitting Mexico, Cuba, 4 countries. 4 countries is hitting. Okay, it's hitting the U.S., Miami, Florida right now. It's being hit. Miami's underwater right now. Literally, is hitting. So we got the U.S., a little bit of Mexico right here is being hit. We got Cuba is getting hit, and Jamaica down here is getting hit. And then you got Haiti and the Dominican getting some stuff. But like,
Hurricane Center, all of Florida under a state of emergency as we wait to see which way Ian will go.
Hurricane specialist and storm surge expert Michael Lowry and Chief Certified Meteorologist Betty Davis are here with your tropical update. Betty, let's start with you.
With this new advisory, we're finding that Hurricane Ian is stronger, getting closer to becoming a major hurricane. Winds at 100 miles per hour, needs to get to 111. Pressure at 900.
I feel like the way she said this is like encouraging it. Like, come on, you can get up to 111. You can do it. We believe in you.
72 millibars. It's moving north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. And now it's 100.
Okay, so it's moving at 13 miles an hour. And as we just discussed, between here and here is 90 miles. So if it's moving, math. Let's do some math. I'm probably about to fuck this up. So I guess I want to divide 90 by 13. So it'd take 6 hours. Is that right? 6 hours. Let's see. It'll go. So we got 6 hours times 13 miles. No. Okay. So we got I don't know. Anyway, see, I fucking suck at this. Fucking suck at it. Anyway, so all right, let's see. So this is 90 miles. It's roughly, I don't know. Okay. Sorry. All right. Anyway, so it's gonna take. Well, let's find out. Let's do 13 times 7. What does that give us? 90. Okay, so it'll take 7 hours for the eye of the hurricane to go from this point to this point. So it'll take 7 hours for that to happen. Okay. So this is man. It's gonna take forever unless it picks up speed after it comes through Cuba. All right, moving on.
55 miles southeast of the western tip of Cuba, so it's on its way. Here's that forecast cone from the National Hurricane Center, and notice nothing changes for us. We're still outside the cone. It's still forecast to be a Category 4 once it makes that nearest approach to us, moving over the southeastern Gulf of Mexico, and then making its way up toward the Tampa Bay area and slowing down as it apparently heads for a landfall, moving from Wednesday into Thursday. Does not look like a great scenario for them. But I just want to review, really the impacts we're expecting here have not changed. Heavy rainfall that could lead to flooding. Wind gusts, there is a tropical storm warning for the lower keys, so winds down there may gust up to 60 miles per hour. We're talking Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then, of course, in some of the rain bands, we won't rule out isolated tornadoes for our area. But let's chat with our hurricane specialist, Michael Lowry. Michael, if I were in Tampa right now, looking at that forecast cone and knowing that the system is expected to slow down like that, I would leave as fast as I could.
It's very worrisome. Yeah, I would as well. This is a big storm surge threat for the west coast of Florida. Let's talk about storm surge. It's the rise in water or the push of the ocean water above normally dry land. 2 to 4 feet is what's being forecast down here in the Keys. Now, as we go up to
2 to 4 feet in the Keys is massive. That is putting the roadway. There's one roadway that spans all the way through the Keys, putting that almost entirely underwater in some areas by 6 inches or so, at least.
Parts of the Tampa area, we're talking about up to 10 feet of storm surge possible. This is above land, so if you're standing at the coastline there, and I'm 6 feet tall, that's 4 feet above where I stand. So these are some big numbers with a Category 3 hurricane coming ashore. It's been a long time since we've seen that intensity, that strength of a hurricane threaten Tampa directly head on like this one. We've had some that's come close. We've had Irma in 2017. We had Charlie to the south there in 2004, but nothing that has come this far to the north and close to Tampa. In terms of what causes the storm surge threat, it's generally the strength of the storm, obviously, the breadth of the winds, the larger the wind field, and we're expecting that to expand as it gets closer. A slower storm is going to produce more storm surge, but also the shallow ocean floor right off the coast here, about 150 miles off coast. Waters are only about 100, 200 feet deep, so pretty shallow water here for the storm surge to build up on. Take a look at the visible satellite picture. This storm is getting much better organized. We see it coiling up like a snake.
See what I'm talking about when they talk like they are trying to encourage it? Like, it's getting better organized. Like, man, getting better organized is a good thing. But this is a storm that is potentially going to kill people. Like, I mean, people are going to die from this storm. Like, I hope I'm not saying anything that's not true or that people don't already know. But, like, people are going to die. Like, people die in normal thunderstorms. Like, people are going to die. All right. That was morbid. I'm sorry. That was morbid.
For this to strengthen very, very quickly overnight as it gets into the southern Gulf of Mexico. We are starting to narrow the threat in terms of where this is going to directly impact. As Betty said, we're going to get some periphery impacts. We're going to see the heavy rains all that moisture that's coming up this way, that's going to be our big concern with some storm surge down to the Keys. Now you can follow here what's going to happen. We have a
All right, let's go to News 4 Jax. Let's see what they're saying.
With Canva, we design whiteboards for free. What will you design today at canva.com?
Some news for Jack System Chief Meteorologist David Eckert. Clearly, we are keeping a very close eye on Hurricane Ian continuing to organize near the Cayman Islands right now. 2 o'clock advisory has winds of 85 miles an hour, and not much change here to the forecast. Thinking still looks like it becomes a Category 4 major hurricane Tuesday evening in the Gulf of Mexico. We're really zeroing in here on a landfall somewhere between the Tampa Bay area or up into the Big Bend of Florida. This is going to be good news for the Jacksonville area because the worst of the weather will stay, looks like, towards the west. We'll be talking about a pretty significant impact along the I-75 corridor. Looks like the biggest threat in the region will likely be some heavy rainfall and possibly some tropical storm force winds at times. So again, the prime time for all this is probably going to end up being Wednesday, Thursday. We could see some activity heading into Friday as well, especially in the morning. The better weather returns, it looks like, as we head into the weekend. In fact, minimal threat for rain heading into Sunday. We're watching Ian for you hour by hour over the next couple of days. The latest at News4Jax and News4Jax.com.
Sorry, I was looking at the some of the streams I recorded earlier. I gotta figure something out with all of this, with the audio and the sound and whatnot. I'm still new at all of this and just trying to figure it out. Figure it out. Fucking figure it out. All right. Nothing else. Hurricane Ian related. Let's just do some search. Let's do TV scenes. Osaka's weirdest tiny apartment. Okay, Japan's a little weird, isn't it? Says the weeb. Alright. Supervisor becomes unhinged over journalist with camera. Alright, why do I have all of these? Let's remove all of these. Jion. Probably shouldn't have all of that. Alright, cool. Let's go news for Jack's weather. And let's see what's going on. Let's just go straight to the chat. Let's go here. 2-minute clip. Why are they only putting 2-minute clips on? Local standout to be featured at TEDx conference. Cool. TED Talks are freaking stupid, if you ask me. St. Johns County officials, if flooding during hurricane. Oh, if you flooded during. Okay, gotcha. Alright. So it doesn't look like the local news channel has anything going on. I don't know who this Sam Black is. God damn it. South Park. I love this. Fuck Grammarly. Here we go.
Sundays are for picking stones with your pals, yeah, Dave. Sundays are for picking stones.
Tale as old as time.
You'd rather pick stones than pick worms.
Well, picking worms is done at night. Picking gets rather brisk, so I'd say picking stones, because it's when the sun shines.
There's been an incident and I'd like to talk about it.
Get after it.
I love just like the dialogue in this show. Anyway.
The pitter patter, let's get at her.
Spit it out, big shoots.
I seen Stewart's horn.
What?
You seen his impaler?
It's Bobby Dudley.
Wow.
You seen his PhD?
It's WMD.
Well, look, fellas.
You seen his friendly weapon?
The sticky grenade.
His ground squirrel?
Yeah, I seen his ground squirrel.
You seen Stewart's middle stuff?
You've seen his custard sleeve.
Well, I'm coming up the stairs. He's coming out of the bathroom, mistaken as a jaybird for some fucking reason. I round the corner, and yeah, I seen
His hollow point.
His hard drive.
Well, his floppy disk is what I seen, yeah.
Well, what's the evaluation?
5 years assessment.
You wanna what? Look like a tall boy can of Red Bull hanging there.
No.
Look like a tube of tennis balls hanging there. Or that.
Shut up.
Look like a fucking policeman's flashlight from the 1980s hanging there.
You're joking.
That is no joke.
John Stewart.
That's what I said. I said good for him.
Good for you, Stewart.
Like I'm happy for him.
That's really good for him.
That's a terrific opportunity.
Good for you, Stewart.
Pump the brakes. Stewart isn't a really big dude. Are you sure the size of his horn wasn't accentuated by his really tiny frame?
Looked like a 1 liter thermos hanging.
Because you know, a really big dude could have a massive horn, but it would look really small in proportion to his gigantic frame, right?
Have you been reading my diary?
I'll tell you what, looks like a flavor football hanging there.
Fuck.
You wanna what? There's such a thing as too much horn talk, and fellow ought to be fucking aware of it.
Love that show. Alright, cool. So, I don't know. What should I do next? What should we talk about? What is there to talk about? There's lots to talk about. Let's, let's look at the Yickety Yaks. What? No, I'm not about to post a picture. Alright, Zane kicked my grandma in the shin and stole her dentures, by the way. I don't believe Zane would do that. Zane's too cool to do that. Y'all so horny on this app. I'm surprised there's no hurricane orgy. Okay, that's pretty funny. That's funny. That's pretty funny. Alright, there is, you're just not invited. Shut up, OP has a point. Okay. I mean, probably isn't wrong. Floridians are a different breed of horny. Is it a Floridian thing or a college thing? There definitely is. College students are savage, man. Alright. Notice how every frat gets dissed besides Alpha Sig. They live on this app. LMAO. Lamau. Alright, heard whatever and whatever through a mid-party. Guess I'm just used to the tally lifestyle. Too ugly to get invited. I get invited to every party, FYI. I'm in a sorority. God, you Tallahassee people are insufferable. Let's see. ATO, feast angle, wouldn't they sit in the chairs at Chick-fil-A. Alright, let's see. Haven't heard anything from SAE since Mateo got deported. Do they still even exist? Zane. Has no stroke game. Has no personality. Zonk. Okay. Bro, what's all the hate for Zayn right now, man? I thought Zayn was pretty cool dude. Alcohol infused ice cream, 10 out of 10. Okay. Listening to AM on repeat. Don't know what that is. You don't have big tits. You're just fat. I mean, tits are fat, so. I want friends, but also I'm afraid to talk to people. Week 3 in Jacksonville Jaguars have the second highest point differential in the NFL behind only the Bills. Absolutely bonkers. Whatever. Ian is officially a hurricane. He's growing up so fast. Oh, shit. I don't care if classes are canceled. I need to know if the bars are going to be closed. I'm gonna reply to this. As long as Waffle House is open, everything will be okay. Nope, hit the wrong button. Alright, love exists, just not in Jacksonville. That's fair. Pay $20 to DM your crush on ROF. Yeah, for real. When you hook up with your friend and then the second you go home, he brings another girl over and tries to fuck her. Okay. Class is canceled. Where's the hurricane parties? In my pants. Yeah, so JU canceled classes and is shutting down the campus starting Wednesday. So Wednesday through next Monday, canceled. Best freeway workout for triceps. Alright, well, I thought Yak was alright, but meh, it is what it is. Alright. Cool. Alright, well, it was alright, and then it got boring AF. Mm-hmm. What's there to do now? Oh no. I don't know. Let's swipe on Tinder and see what happens. Nothing, because nothing ever happens. Alright, we got Deanna, 27. Okay. St. Augustine, lives in Jacksonville. Mental health therapist as opposed to a different kind. Alright. Going for my PhD. Good on ya. She's a mom. She loves to travel. Oh, this is her Insta and Snapchat. Okay, why not? I got zero shame and nothing to lose. These Demas actually need to be capitalized. Are these things case sensitive? Doesn't look like it. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah, that's there. Alright, cool. Sweet. Cat and reptile mom, fluent in American Sign Language. Allie, 27, Jack's born and raised, not exactly sure what I'm looking for on here. Night Owl. Watch the same shows over and over again. Horse Girl, hey, alright. Play video games, cool. Probably gonna play some video games before I go to bed tonight. Although I'm doing this before I go to bed tonight, and I said I would do this until I went to bed, so I guess there's that. You know, like, I'm chatting with myself, like, I'm talking to myself right now on the internet live for whoever wants to see, and watching this hurricane thing, and, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Alright. Danielle, 24, just a surfer girl looking for a surfer boy. Like romantic shit, but don't write me a poem. Okay. I wouldn't write you a poem anyway, because I suck at poetry. I pretty much swipe right on everyone, just throwing that out there. I never get any matches or nothing. JU Masters of Marine Science. Looking for a relationship, much like Disney. It's frowned upon for us to date students, so, you know. Alright. Naomi. That's I moan backwards. Brenda. Tiffany. Amber. 31. Single mom. No, they don't need dad. Good. No social media. You're not on social media? Oh! Okay. I gotta watch that now. That has me. What is it? It's the Venmo CEO, right? Venmo CEO, College Humor. Hold on, wait. Let's react to a few of these. These things are hilarious to me.
And online students received over $144 million in scholarships in 2021. See what scholarships you qualify for. Visit gcu.edu/myoffer. Find your purpose at GCU.
Hi, America. My name is Rob Shaw. I'm the CEO of Venmo, a simple, fun money app that enables quick and easy payments between friends while providing the full experience of a social media platform. Venmo started out as the dream of two engineering students. What if you could like a financial transaction? What if you could friend request your landlord? What if you could comment on a work colleague's electricity bill? This exciting idea was roundly rejected by the vast majority of our user base, who foolishly chose to ignore all the fun social aspects of Venmo that we worked so hard on. Guys, we're in the middle of the tape. Can we just lock it up? What's going on? No, I read it correctly. I'm calling you foolish. Because Venmo is fun, and you'd have to be stupid to not realize that. It's fun! With Facebook quickly unraveling democracy and Twitter full to bursting with Nazis, why not head over to Venmo and make us the new home of social media? Post your heart out with the understanding that every post must be accompanied by a financial transaction of some sort. Is that what's messing us up? That you can't just post, it has to be accompanied by an exchange of money? No, that rules. That kicks ass. Users, man, they suck. They suck. I'm good. They suck.
Bro, this is like 1,000%, like the dude, bro, like crypto guy who just like can't accept that like the thing he enjoys is garbage, right? Just the thing he thinks is just garbage. I mean, I have Venmo, totally have Venmo if anybody wants to send me some money because I need it because there's a hurricane coming. Okay, I'm gonna do live streams Wednesday through Sunday. I'm gonna stream for as long as I possibly can. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna stream Wednesday through Sunday as long as I can. That's what I'll do. I gotta get my hours up or something. I don't know. All right.
Of course the board knows I'm doing this. What do you think? I'm the CEO. Oh, is that them on the phone? Walter, hello. I can hear you're upset. So what I'm to understand is that once we are extremely profitable, the company has accomplished its objective. You do feel like that. Well, I find that boring. I don't think that's cool. And I think cool is something that is a form of currency as well. Don't you know? The reason I was brought onto this company is that I understand young people. I know what's hip. I know what's on. I know what's lit. I know what's fleet. That's why I'm here. You're young. You're an intern, right? You want Soch? You want Soch me?
Search speed.
Cool. What's your finance app? What do you use for finance? You use Finance Hub. Where? Square Cash? You didn't see it before, but she's very hostile. Venmo Platinum. You'll be able to socialize with only the most active Venmo users. Celebrities, improv coaches, drug dealers. And with such features as unscheduled payments, verification, to actually be able to tell whether or not you're paying the right person, the future of Venmo is more than golden. It's platinum. But you can only get it if you routinely get 20 likes on a post. closed. How hard is that? I'm not asking you to park the right seat here. I'm asking for some engaging content that we can license into a franchise of 20 The Rock Johnson films. Facebook is full of Russian bots and 9/11 truthers. Twitter is the pledge week at the Reichstag. The planets have aligned for Venmo's big day, and we're blowing it to you. You guys know you can put whatever you want in the comments, right? You don't have to say the actual thing that you're paying for. Instead of cab, write blowjob. Ha 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 ha. That's comedy. Okay? Something is one thing, but for comedy, you just say blowjob, and it's funny. What do you mean people are naturally shy and antisocial when they're discussing their personal finances? You sound stupid. Moving with the rock. Do you want that? Or do you want this stupid life? Nothing happens. Hey guys, it's Brennan from College Humor. Click here to subscribe.
Brennan's funny. I love his stuff. Dimension 20. It's hilarious. Oh, the movie pass C. Let me go fun. Alright, so we'll do Skype and then movie pass, so on. Alright, cool.
Why do we do that? We have a camera in the studio, and then we come on for Skype, right? So we're doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Company needs a promo, right?
Sure.
Don't you fucking look at me. Hi, America. I'm the CEO of Skype, Landon of Landon Animal. Over a year has passed since the first case of COVID-19 was reported in America, ushering in a new age of personal and professional challenges, where video conferencing services will be the lifeblood of our society. To everybody out there watching this, I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you, and double fuck you stupid Zoom. Let me get my fucking point out for a second. What the fuck is Zoom? What the fuck is Zoom? What is that? We have been here since the beginning, and you cannot tell me that all these people out here didn't switch on purpose just to fuck with me. As God is my witness, you ungrateful fucks! I will. Skype has been there from the very beginning, giving you video calling before you even knew who wanted it. And if you haven't used Skype recently, for some reason, now that we've got everything you need, like custom backgrounds, an end call button, and get this, a different corner. Ooh. Apparently that's a real deal breaker for some of you. That's the stuff that really matters. It must be. Because why else would you fuck us in the ass? You are already using Skype as a verb. Do you know how big of a milestone that is? When the company name actually becomes the like people don't search for things, they Google them. You were Skyping. That's the whole fucking ball game, baby. That is the crown in your hands. You had our app on your phone. You had our name in your mouth. We were at the finish line, and then we fucking face planted. Where did we go wrong? What can Zoom do that Skype can't? 1,000? Why would you put me on a call with 1,000 people? I don't know 1,000 people, let alone want to talk to them. What I mean to say is, Skype still offers the video tools for all your needs. Why settle for anything else when you can have the original? Why would you do that? Why? We at Skype will always be here for you to give you the tools you need.
Okay, that was great. Can you try one thing better?
No, we at Skype will always be here to give you the tools you need to succeed. Even if you drop us like a hot sack of shit for some pretty young thing that was signed Did you know that? Hydrox came before Oreos, Betamax came before VHS, GoBots came before Transformers. On the Wii, GoBots? We all had it somewhere. So this is weird. You don't walk down the street spitting in man's eye and not expect him to drop from the ceiling of your bedroom in the middle of the night and slit your throat. I'm not saying that as a threat, legal. I can find it easy to forgive. If you left,
Okay, that reminds me of Pete Holmes. Pete Holmes. Where is it? Holmes. Men's Warehouse. There it is. Pete Holmes Men's Warehouse. Unused commercial.
You know, suits aren't just for suits anymore. Finding that perfect fit isn't just about finding the right kind of fabric. It's about finding the right kind of fabric for the right kind of man. You're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Sorry, cut. We have to cut.
No. What's this? You kidding me? The right kind of fabric for the right kind of man. You're gonna like the way you look. And due to a pending lawsuit, I'm legally unable to guarantee it. Sorry, is it just me? That does not sound right. For the right kind of man. You're gonna like the way you look. And while I don't guarantee it, let's just say I strongly feel that there's a very good chance that you, in one of our suits, will most likely like the way that you look.
Okay, you know what? No, cut.
You're gonna like the way you look. These opinions stated make no assurances that one person or persons may or may not like, enjoy, or harbor positive feelings towards one's physical appearance heretofore known as the way you look. No guarantees are being made throughout the known universe as to you. This is bullshit.
What?
This is bullshit.
We have to do it.
One guy sues because he doesn't like the way he looks, and now I gotta read this legalese nonsense. There's a chance you're gonna like the way you look, and there's a chance that you won't. It could be 50-50, but I like to think it's more like 80-20.
Okay, you know
Are you kidding me? Let's just say I guarantee one of the following three phrases. I am a woman. I am a black woman. You're gonna like the way you look.
Alright, cut.
Quantum physics says anytime a choice is made, two realities are spawned. What I'm saying is, I think once you put on one of our suits, there's a very good chance you're going to find yourself in the universe, the parallel universe where you in fact do enjoy the way that you look.
Come on, cut.
This noise. I've been making this guarantee for 20 years. 20 years! Fine. I won't say I guarantee it, okay?
Alright,
Okay.
fine. Alright, ready? And action.
You're gonna like the way you look. They've got diesel.
Okay, no Spanish.
Mira que bueno. Es un fabrico fabuloso.
Come on.
I said guarantee. It's a word I made up.
Okay, what does it mean?
It means I guarantee it. Let's just say that this gesture means I guarantee whatever I just said. You're gonna like the way you look.
Cut.
I've seen a lot of men put on a lot of suits, and I guarantee it.
Cut.
I'm gonna kick your ass, Phil. Can I guarantee that? You're gonna like the way you look. And while I cannot guarantee that you will like the way you look, there's nothing in the cease and desist that says a minor who has no relationship to me cannot guarantee it. Piper? You're gonna like the way you look.
He guarantees it.
You know what? If you don't like the way you look, you come to 9211 Ocean View Drive. That's my home address. And I will knife fight you. I will not. I can guarantee it. The sun is going to rise in the east and set in the west. Pizza will always taste better the next day. And you're going to love, not like, love the way you look in your goddamn suit. I will class you up and get you laid. You pig. Put on the fucking suit. I love the way you look. You suit from Italy. I got it in Italy. You only like the way they look, Phil? Your wife. Gave me no love in your attic.
Wait, what?
She liked the girth of my unit. I guarantee it. I'm out. Go ahead.
funny. I think the Men's Warehouse commercials now, they don't say you're gonna like the way you look. I guarantee it. They say you're gonna like the way you look. Like that's it. They're just making the statement. Like you buy our suit, you're gonna like the way you look. All right. Let's do Movie Pass. Movie Pass. I like this one. This one's always funny.
Hey man, are you okay?
Movie Pass.
We're here to shoot the PSA, but we can come back another time if you need.
We're here for the Movie Pass CBA, PSA. Tommy's sitting on the floor a little bit. Well, you know, you pull long hours, you care about a company as CEOs do. My house is fine. I have my house. Good morning, America. I'm Jonathan Fuller, CEO of Movie Pass, the company revolutionizing the way you see movies. Now, you may have heard some rumors and gossip about us going out of business, but the important thing is this: Movie Pass is here to stay. It's taken us a couple tries to get it right. I mean, who knew people would see truly so many movies? I only thought they made like 20 movies a year. I way underguessed. They make truly, like hundreds, right? How many? Thousands? According to our accounting department, we were losing money on every single subscriber. No, it's okay. Sometimes in business you gotta lose money to lose money. Changes have to be made in Movie Pass. They have to. They just have to. We want to be totally transparent with you about those changes. I've been emailing you guys conservatively 3 to 10 times a day for the past 5 weeks.
3 to 10 times a day.
New and exciting in Movie Pass. We've kept you informed about doing surcharges, not doing surcharges, letting you see select movies, only letting you see movies at select times. And our research is showing that none of those strategies have worked and you didn't like them all. But that's okay, because if you try hard, you never give up, and you never stop running, you'll never catch you. Just because something doesn't work doesn't mean it doesn't work. In an effort to address these issues, we're revealing a total overhaul of the Movie Pass system. Now, to be clear, nobody is being kicked off your subscription. We don't even want you cancel your subscription. How do we kick you off?
I remember all of this controversy when it was coming to light. That yeah, like Movie Pass was losing money and people didn't want to subscribe anymore. But they weren't able to like unsubscribe. So like Movie Pass was still charging them. Like yeah, I remember all of that. I never signed up for this. I think my sister might have. I think she might have tried signing up for this. My sister is a cinephile, like, to the T. Like, she loves watching movies.
Instead, we're unveiling a few new options that should delight and reward our loyal subscribers. One sec, guys, sorry. I have to take this. I'm so sorry. Hi, Dimitri. I'm getting the money. How's Mom? Is she okay? Oh, you got on the phone? Mom, hi, it's Daddy. Are the men are all right? They're not? Good. Sweetie, you can't cancel your subscription. What if we gave people movies to watch in their homes? Like if we had retail locations, like instead of Blockbuster? How's Blockbuster doing? What's their market share? Are they doing good? Oh, shut up. How about this? You want to see a movie? Come to our office. I'll act out movies for you. With the new Thespian Pass, movies come alive in front of you. I just saw Crazy Rich Asians. It was great. You just tell me you're going to come like a week in advance, and I'll do the whole thing for you. I'll get costumes, I'll get hats. It'll be so fun. Why? I'll be all the Crazy Rich Asians. You get to fuck me. See you pets as much as you want. It's hard as me. Oh, and you also can see Mission Impossible. The original. Not the movie. We couldn't make that happen. How about this?
I think that was the other thing. Is like Movie Pass was only good for movies that have been that are like being reshown, like Mission Impossible, I think was reshown in theaters a couple of times, like movies that aren't new releases and things like that was the other thing.
Okay, what about a movie pass where it's pay as you go? It's a la carte, right? So it's between $8, $20, depending on where you live, what theater you're going to, the location, and you would just buy individual movie passes from the theater ahead of the show. Okay, do you want to buy movie pass? With the new Junior Mints movie pass, see any movie you want, as long as you buy all the Junior Mints at the theater. I know there's a lot of Junior Mints, right? But here's the thing: if you don't like Junior Mints, that's fine. You throw it out. They're yours to do with what you will. Oh no, guys, listen, wait, you're not being reasonable. I'm gonna get the money. Wait. Do you guys want to buy movie pass? No, listen. Hey, okay, new movie pass. Rescue me, and you can see any movie you want. Hey guys, Brandon from college.
That was funny. Alright, GoFundMe. I've seen all of these, but they're still funny to me.
My name is Dan Spoon. I'm the CEO of GoFundMe, a personal crowdfunding website that gives you the tools you need to achieve your dreams. Honeymoons, dream vacations, the world is your oyster. That vision of the company vanished almost immediately as we instead became the ongoing linchpin of the American healthcare system. Over a third of campaigns on the platform are intended to raise funds for medical care, which for many Americans can be overwhelming to the point of personal bankruptcy to...
You okay, Dan?
I think there might be an issue with the prompter because their faces are staring out at me asking me for help. While we do take a grim and haunted sort of pride in being the only option for underinsured inhabitants, it also is slowly but surely destroying our will to live. Put simply, it would really help morale around here if there were a few lighthearted campaigns. Honestly. Just a few. We could really use some finance. So, we've started an initiative to rebrand the company and remind people, hey, this site's for more than just begging for your own life. For example, Jan Smelt from Cedar Rapids needs only $200 to build a cat tree for their fuzzy friends at her animal rescue. As you can see here, Jan just needs $40 more before her... This project has been postponed as Jan and her cats have been diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma. Jan's insurance company is denying coverage because Jan recklessly chose to be secretly poisoned by the asbestos mill uprooted from her house for over 40 years, and Jan is also being sued by the mill for damaging their brand image? What is the brand image of an asbestos? What is an asbestos man? God, I hope Jan's alright. An actual great example of a fun GoFundMe project is Devin Boone, who wants to go kayaking with his friends Tad and Steve. Devin writes, "Sup, bros? Me, Tad, and Steve all finna hit those tasty waves out at this year's SurfCon. Our plan is to paddle out to sea, eventually crossing the border into Mexico. None of us have passports. And Steve's pancreatic cancer has unfortunately metastasized. He can't afford surgery in the States. But if me and John sell our kidneys to the Sinaloa cartel..." Hmm? I run a website that hosts popularity contests where if you lose, you die. Will you be doing alright? You promise this does not have any illness in it, no medical, nothing, right? Matt Smith and Doug Craig are raising money for a new podcast called Podcast, where they review the previous episode of their own podcast. This is actually somehow sadder than the cancer is.
So should we run the images?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get a chance to look over them, but it seems like the rebranding initiative is maybe a wash at this point. So maybe just run the demo slugs and just take a look at those.
Oh, you know what? I think there may have been a mix-up. These seem to be like the wrong factories.
Oh? I feel like I have sharp nails in my body. Is that normal? Do I need to go for it? Look, ultimately, I'm not even saying we do anything as extreme as single-payer healthcare. I'm just saying, what if we had something along the lines of like one giant GoFundMe every year that would just pay for all the people who got sick or hurt that year?
Well, that's single-payer.
A new online newsletter, Sickness is Storytelling, how to make your cancer more marketable. We'll give you tips and tricks to have your life's greatest misfortune go viral. I can't do this anymore. I actually can't do this anymore. Also, please consider donating to our staff's GoFundMe, entitled "Our Funky Little Kickstarter Turned into a Dystopian Pressure Valve That, while helpful, is only delaying our collective reckoning with our society's pathological hatred of the working class, and now we all need therapy." Okay. As title's a little long on that one, maybe we shorten that up. Not very punchy. Probably won't go viral. And it needs to. Hey gang, Brennan here. If you dig College Humor and want to support what we do, sign up for Dropouts. For the cost of a very big dozen per month, you'll get videos like this a whole week sooner. Chat with us live in the Dropout Discord. And exclusive content such as
Dimension 20 is legit. I love it. I love watching it. Oh, I got a match. Let's see who I matched with. Ashley. This is an OF girl. This woman is not 23 years old. If she is. Says a student at JU, straight woman, lives in Jacksonville. Snap with symbols for the letters for snap instead of actually spelling out the word snap. So let's see here. So this is my match. Send a message and see what happens. Let's go ahead and take a look at the snaps. Go ahead and see what happens. Alright. I think that's going to be it for me. Later, Gators.